Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Before I begin, like the video, put on your notification bell so that you can know when my next video uploads. And if you like the video, come down in the comment section. Also, I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe too, okay? Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Hey everybody, welcome to my review of Queen Sugar. We start off with Prosper and Billy. They're getting ready for the wedding between Prosper and Sandy. Prosper's practicing his vows. Billy walks in. She gives him a gift from Charlie, which looks like a Rolex to me. All right. With a message for him to track his time with Sandy. Billy said her gift is not that expensive. However, Prosper said it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're here with me. It means so much to me. Then we get to the wedding venue. Oh, but before that, pretty much everybody's getting ready for this wedding. So the wedding venue and ceremony, it was very nice, short and sweet. Everybody was on time. Everything went as scheduled. Hint, hint, besties. If I get married again, please let it be this simple. But it's not about me. Anyway, Prosper and Sandy take their vows and they jump the broom and the reception begins. Nova and Billy talk in the bathroom and come out to Billy. Come to find out, Billy went to visit Vince and it went well. And you could tell, girl, because she glowing. So a song comes on that Nova's like, she goes and grab up Ralph Angel to dance with Ralph Angel. And, they fooling around. So she pulls Ralph Angel to the side to let him know that Darla gave her permission, for the movie to be a go. She asked him, did he know? He said he knew. And she said, how do you feel about it? He said, the story is messy, but if it can help one person, he's cool with it. So Nova reaches into her purse and hands him a check, which is the advance for the movie, and told him to go get their property back. So Ralph Angel hugs her so tight and thanks her very much. Listen, that's what family is about. She made a lot of money on that book, and they end up losing the farm and the family property. So listen, that's what family is about, keeping things in the family. I love that about this situation. So as the reception is going on, everybody enjoying themselves, Miss Beveline comes over and was like, Ralph Angel, do you smell that? And he goes, look, he said it smells like Cain is burning, and go look. And there's a fire going on. And they said it's on the Landry's property. So they all run out to go see what's going on. Come to find out it's a controlled Cain fire. So they're wondering, why would there be a controlled Cain fire? Because this wasn't the season for Cain to be burning. So, everybody trying to come up with some type of solution, but Aunt Vi stopped it right in the track. She was like, we are not going to destroy this moment for Prosper and Sandy. We're going to work on this another day, but we're going to finish celebrating this union. So Hollywood calls Ralph Angel up to do his speech because he's the best man for Prosper. And he pretty much let Prosper know that he was like a father to him and always kept their father's memory alive, and they don't know what they would do without him. And he said he could speak for everybody and say that for them too. So after the wedding, we have Ralph Angel and Darla sitting down with Billy and Vince. They're trying to figure out what could be done because it seems like Sam Landry is trying to, do something to take over their land. So Ralph Angel was like, he want to see Sam to his face because if he got that stupid smirk on his face, he know he's lying. So they was like, no, you can't do that because it's going to seem like intimidation and coercion. So Darla volunteers to go talk to Sam because he won't have no idea why she would be talking to him. So she goes talk to Sam, and she lets him know, like, did you know about the controlled fires? He act like he don't know what's going on. He claims he blames it on climate control and being hit by lightning strikes or something to that effect, he said. And Darla was like, I'm very concerned because it's next to a land that's very important to me. And Sam goes, your little farmer's club. So Darla says, I feel sorry for you. You hiding secrets and it's poisoning you from the inside out. So Sam gets up and says, who are you talking to me like that? You don't know me. And Sam basically tells her, it don't even matter what you think because I already signed a deal for the outlet mall. Darla steps to him. Darla's done got brave since she done put Chase in his place. So she steps to Sam and said, when it all comes crashing down, you'll have brought your misery on yourself. Okay? And Sam looking at her like, what the hell she mean by that? So Billy and Vince are strategizing at the table, trying to figure out the legal issues and how can they approach this case against the Landrys from trying to take the land from the black farmers. So they're reminiscing about how they met. Billy told Vince that she missed him very much, especially when she thought that she was going to lose him. They end up making out in the kitchen, and in my head, I said, Sandy and Prosper must be on their honeymoons for her to be jumping on his lap like that. Dang, girl. Child. And then in the next scene, they is laid up on the couch. They done got it in. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Billy thanks Vince for loving her more than she loved herself, and she ends up asking Vince to marry her again, and he happily accepts. So, as they chilling in on the couch under the covers or whatever, Sandy and Prosper done bust up in the room, well, the door, and catch them on the couch. They jump up all embarrassed and are running out the living room apologizing. Billy said to Prosper that she thought that they was, on their honeymoon, and Sandy and Prosper said they did not feel comfortable in that hotel and wanted to be home. So Prosper puts on some music and Sandy go and get comfortable. She comes out, she says she's glad to be home with her husband. All right, Mr. Prosper and Sandy. Then we have a quick scene with Micah and Kiki. Micah took some intimate moments, well, pictures of some intimate moments at the wedding, and he was showing Kiki. He asked Kiki, he wanted to know why Kiki broke up with him. She said they were young. She said it was hard being the girlfriend to Michael West, and she felt like they were moving in different directions. And then Kiki felt like, where they're from, Louisiana, it's a small town, and she would have only been known as Micah's girlfriend. And Micah was like, well, I thought you was the best thing that ever happened to me. And she was like, thank you so much. Kiki felt like she had to get away so that she can become something different. Or more like, make something of herself. In these small towns, it's like girls get married, have babies, it's farmland. So she definitely did that, and I'm glad she had the wherewithal to do that, especially as a young person, because normally you follow traditions. So Darla and Ralph Angel go down to the mortgage place to go pay on his farm to get his land back. So the man would not accept their money. So Darla was like, there must be something we could do. And then the man goes, well, everybody greases everybody's pocket or whatever. So she was like, okay, we'll be back with cash. So they get outside, come to find out Darla kindly recorded him saying that. So obviously they went in there knowing that he was not going to accept the money, of course, because they're black, which is freaking ridiculous. So she pretty much let him know, well, you let the Landry slide by. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, they got him on recording, and of course they're going to use that against him when it comes time to fight for their land. So Vi and Hollywood packing their bags because Vi is determined to find her friend. I forgot the lady name, but anyway, determined to find her. So they on a stakeout because Vi is going to find her friend, okay, so she can help them out. So Hollywood is looking around like, we is not in a safe neighborhood. For Hollywood to be scared, they ain't in a safe neighborhood. So Vi ended up seeing the shadow of the friend and was like, oh, let's go. And Vi was like, no, I need to do this by myself. So she walks up to the door. And of course, we're going to see what happens, in the next episode. So Ralph Angel and Darla are at home. And they're on the phone with a senator. I guess they gave the senator a recording. And he's going to have to go speak at some, I guess, a senator conference. I'm not sure what it is. Because they kind of skipped the whole thing of what's going on. They went from going to try to pay for their land to recording a man to getting it to a senator. But what was the purpose of getting it to the senator? Maybe I missed a whole lot, but I don't recall. Come down in the comment section if y'all know. Fill me in, please. So they end up videotaping the baby. She's standing up. He said he knew she'll be walking before she crawled. The baby is so adorable. So last but not least is Nova's scene. Nova's on the phone with her boyfriend Dominic, and she's complaining that he was only supposed to be gone for a few weeks and it's turned into months. And he wants to know if her feelings changed. And she said her feelings hasn't changed, and he said his hasn't either. Then there's a knock at the door, and guess who's at the door? Dominic. So after the wedding, they come back and chill at Nova's house. So Nova's on her computer typing some things, and she decides to tell him about her ex-girlfriend. And he was like, well, what's going on? She was like, nothing's going on. She said she's writing about it. So she closed the computer and put it down. The phone rang. He wants to know if he could read it. She says no. So she steps away to take a phone call. He picks up his book, about to read, and he looks at the computer, picks up the computer, and start reading her stuff that she asked him not to read. Now, you know when you go looking for stuff, you're going to find it, right? So Nova walks back in and see him on the computer. She was like, what you doing? I asked you not to read it. He puts it down. And he, only thing he could remember is that she said that the ex-cop was the love of her life. So she was like, did you read to the end? If you read to the end, you'll know. So basically, Nova told him that she loved him before she knew what love was. It was the what ifs, and she needed to be in that space so she could let that go, so she could have nothing holding her back to love Dominic. Oh, so Dominic was like, for me, there was no variables, no pros and cons. It was simple for him. There was no complications. He said he thought that she was in it with him, and he was on the island loving her while she was struggling to love him. So Nova basically said, I am right here. She said, you have to believe me. Dominic looks conflicted. So I'm sure his mind is polluted after reading what he read. Of course, we don't know what he read, but I'm sure his mind is polluted and heart is conflicted. So I guess it's going to be a fight for Nova to prove her love. Okay, that's all I got, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Come down in the comment section if y'all want to discuss this episode. Peace.